If a mortgage company pulled your credit report, I'm sure your phone is blowing up with solicitors. Also, if you're thinking about buying, you need to know this information. Today, we're going to go over why that happens and how to solve that problem for good. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is understanding the source of these spam calls and how they even get to where we are today. So, what happens is when you have a credit inquiry, then that information is automatically sold to different mortgage companies, and it can also be sold or at least triggered in those free credit services that you guys apply for. Now, they have all your information, right? Your phone number, your email. So it kind of gets blown up across the board. So not only do you have the TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax selling your data off to mortgage companies because there's a credit inquiry. And then you also have those free credit services you sign up for that are also selling off your information because they have all the real data. And I'll tell you guys, this is the crazy part. So anytime, let's say from our end, we're doing a credit report, we change the phone number and emails so it limits the amount of spam that people get. But these companies have gotten really clever with that, and they'll do a background search on everybody, and then again, that's information is sold. People will take screenshots of their phone, okay? And it'll be just nothing but phone calls and spam calls from solicitors trying to get that. And they'll call the lender and say, why would you give my information out to other companies to call me? Now listen, guys, nobody in their right mind, if we're helping somebody, would we want to give your information to somebody else to be able to then call you to try to solicit you? Because as we know, there's a lot of shady practices in the mortgage industry, and we want to be able to protect you from that. And that's kind of what we're going over today. Now, there's a difference when you have a hard credit inquiry versus a soft credit inquiry for when it comes to solicitation, but it also makes a difference on how your application is processed, okay? Most of the time, like when we do things, it's always going to be a hard credit inquiry because that is to extend credit to somebody, right? We are, like, let's say from a lending side, they're doing a hard credit inquiry because they need to give you a decision. Are you approved or are you denied? Soft credit checks, they won't trigger this, people calling you, until it switches to doing a hard credit inquiry. But then a soft credit inquiry, you can't really run what's technically called like an automated underwriting system. Check out the channel. I did a whole video around that. So make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button as well to get more content like this. So that's just another aspect of why you'd want to do a hard credit inquiry. And remember, you have a 45-day window in order to shop for mortgages without your credit being affected. It's in the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. It's on their website. I'll also drop a link down below. So the culprits in this is the TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And normally, like I used to think for a long time that there really was no solution to getting them off your back. And I'm still unclear on how they can legally sell your information without your consent, because a lender is not giving them consent to do it. They're just doing it on their own, which again, I think is pretty crazy. So let me show you guys two different websites you need to go to and register yourself so you can actually be able to remove those calls permanently from your feed. All right, so the first one that you want to be able to go to is to the National Do Not Call Registry. Now, there's a couple things here. You can do it ahead of time. Let's say if you're thinking about buying a place in like a month or two, you can get on this, get it done ahead. And then some people get spammed a lot. Like I get a ton of phone calls. And so I decided to put myself on this list and the one we're going to go over next because of just the pain points of those phone calls and constantly getting just bombarded with them. So what you need to do first is you're going to go in and register yourself here. And again, you're going to see donotcall.gov. You're going to be able to go in, register your phone number. It also gives you the ability to, I believe, register your email address, or it might be the second one. But regardless, You go in, put your phone number in. If you're not in the system or you think you might be, it will let you know. It's going to send you an email to say, hey, we've added your information in. And then all of a sudden, they'd say it takes about 30 days to register. But what I've seen lately is that within about 5 days, the phone calls stop and it just gives you true peace of mind. And some people are paying services for these spam blockers, which you don't have to because you can use services like this, right? So that's going to be the first step that you want to be able to go into is the National Do Not Call Registry. Now, the second one is, I think this one is extremely important to do both of them. So this is part of the OptOutPrescreen.com. So 4 companies got together, which obviously we know the Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and Innovis. And so basically this will opt you out from getting all those spam emails. You opt out of any firm offerings. And then that way they won't sell your information right away. Same thing here. You won't get the solicitation calls, the mortgage companies trying to get a hold of you, insurance companies. It's just a total cluster, to be honest with you. I don't like it. You shouldn't like it, but there's a way that you can actually do that. And these are the 2 main tools that you'll do. Now, the one thing that you have to keep in mind with the opt-out pre-screen is that it's only good for 5 years. So afterwards, you're going to have to get that updated every single time or every 5 years. So, some people are like, well, I kind of like having the emails come to me because it might be information that you might not think of. But remember, this is how marketing companies track you and what you do. So then they try to get you to spend more money. We're about saving as much money as possible. So hopefully you guys learned some stuff. I'm going to drop these 2 links down in the description below. If you guys have questions, drop them in the chat. Always feel free to reach out to us. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys soon.